Now let's look at various types of performance testing normally we do in the market. So let's look at the very first one. The very common we do normally is a load testing. Load testing is nothing but testing the application with a fixed number of users to determine the application capacity. So here we mainly look at how quickly application is responding in terms of the response time. A response time is nothing but how quickly the application is responding in terms of seconds, or it may be in terms of milliseconds. Okay, let's say if we open the google.com page, let's see how it opens. Like it may be open in 2 seconds or 3 seconds. So we can say that response time of a Google page is 3 seconds. So in load testing, normally we give a fixed number of users to determine how quickly all the application pages are loading for that particular X number of users. Let's say our favorite shopping cart amazon.com. So in amazon.com, so you're let's say we are the owner of amazon.com. So customer, we are asking a performance tester to test what is the response time for, let's say, for 1000 users. So here we give 1000 users for the amazon.com to test and see how quickly it is loaded by all these 1000 users. So here the goal of it to measure the response time with a fixed number of users. So load testing speaks also about response times and the number of users. Okay, let's look at what is a stress testing or breakpoint testing. Some people even call it as. Stress testing is nothing but, so we are testing beyond the limits of the application. Nothing but we will be testing the application unless until we see the application crashes. Either the crash point can be determined in two ways. Either it may be in terms of application is going down or the application is not at all responding. This is the one point we covered, and the next point is application is breaching the SLA. SLA is nothing but service level agreement. Normally any industry or any organization will set some SLA. SLA is nothing but service level agreement, means each and every page should be loaded within 3 seconds or 5 seconds. The international standard for SLA is 5 seconds, so it means all pages should be loaded within 5 seconds. So beyond this point or beyond this number of seconds, user may be frustrated and he just will closed. He will just close the browser page or he just close the application. So it is beyond this 5 seconds, user may be frustrated and user may be feeling that application is performing slow. So that's why they said is a standard metric for SLA. So let's get back to the what is stress testing. So stress testing, as we just discussed, can be derived in two ways. One is based on the application responsiveness and another is based on SLA. So if we consider responsiveness, whether application is been responding or not, maybe sometimes if you look at some applications during during some special sales, when we try the applications, they will be either loading very slow or you will see service not available error. So these kind of tests to be carried out using the stress testing. So let's look at the formal way of how we call the stress testing. So stress testing is nothing but testing the application with unlimited number of users. So the number of users are equal to where application is not at all responding or application SLA has been breached. All that is about stress testing. Now let's look back about spike testing. Spike test is nothing but we are normally starting the application with less number of load and we suddenly increase the load to either double or triple. Let's say we are testing an application with 1000 users. All of the sudden, if we increase the load from 1000 to 3000, means there is a sudden burden on the application. So this is just to see how the application is behaving when the load is being increased all of the sudden. So this will provide us a detailed metrics like application capacity, whether it can handle a sudden load or not. So this spike testing is normally done to verify the application behavior during some kind of special situations of sudden load. Okay, now let's look what is about volume testing. Volume test is nothing but, let's say an application is being launched today, so we don't know how much volume will be there after 1 year. Let's say while testing, if we have the 1 GB of data in the database, so after 1 year, when the application goes live, there will be a lot of data in the database. Nothing but while testing, if we have 1 GB, so after going it live, we may be getting 5 GB or 10 GB of data in the DB. So the exponentially, like the amount of data is being increased on the DB. So when more data is added to the DB, definitely it would impact the performance. So the volume test is nothing but increasing the number of records or increasing the size of the DB and do a simple load test. It is nothing but volume testing. So the volume testing is why we conduct. So volume testing is conducted to consider future growth of the DB or future growth of the load, and to see after X number of years the application performance is not deviating whenever the later database sizes become high. So this is normally determined considering the future growth. And the next one is the failover testing. Failover testing is nothing but, let's say we have two data centers. One is at USA and another one is the United Kingdom. So we will take down one of the data center, or it may be in one single data center, and we will take one system out of the all number of systems, and we'll see whether the active systems can be able to handle the load or not. So this is nothing but we will take one system or one node or one data center down, and rest of the available nodes or the data centers is able to handle the load, and what is the impact of it, whether the performance is being degraded or users are experiencing any slowness or users are seeing any errors or users are seeing any kind of messages like server not available, service not available, and how long they will be available, like how long users are seeing the errors. So those are can be seen in the failover testing.